ये रात भीगी भीगी ये मस्त फिजाएं, उठा धीरे धीरे वो चांद प्यारा प्यारा, क्यों आग सी लगा के गुमसुम है चांदनी, सोने भी नहीं देता मौसम का ये इशारा।
Radio Nasha presents Extraordi Naari
91.9 FM रेडियो नशा पर। हाय, मैं हूँ रंगीली रुचि आपके साथ एंड आई एम सो हैप्पी क्योंकि आज मेरे साथ में यहाँ पर सिर्फ एक एक्टर, डायरेक्टर, प्रोड्यूसर, कंटेंट क्रिएटर या कैंसर सर्वाइवर ही नहीं बल्कि एक डोटिंग मॉम है। एंड आई लव दैट अबाउट वुमेन हु कैन मैनेज सो मच एंड मोर इन देयर लाइव्स एंड हैव द बेस्ट ऑफ बोथ वर्ल्ड्स। मैं ये नहीं कहती कि सब कुछ करो ही करो, लेकिन जब कोई थोड़ा थोड़ा करके सब मैनेज करने की कोशिश करता है ना, आई हैव ह्यूज इमेंस रिस्पेक्ट फॉर पीपल, women especially. So thank you so much, Chhavi, for joining me today on the show.
Thank you. You said my name for a second there. I was thinking, is this me we're talking about? That sounds amazing. Thank you so much.
You are all this and so much more. आपकी जर्नी जो है उसे मैं इतने सालों से फॉलो करती आ रही हूँ बिकॉज सबसे पहली चीज में एज एन एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी जो आपके बारे में कहना चाहती हूँ वो ये है कि वी आर लिविंग इन अ वर्ल्ड वेयर एवरीबडी वांट्स टू बी अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर और इज ऑलरेडी अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर। एवरीबडी इज एन इन्फ्लुएंसर, न जाने इन्फ्लुएंस हो कौन रहा है लेकिन यू आर द ओजी। इससे पहले कि किसी और ने ये सोचा भी था कि हमें कंटेंट बना के सोशल मीडिया का इस्तेमाल करना है, उसके लिए यू आर डूइंग इट। जब लोगों ने शायद आप पे ये सवाल उठाए होंगे कि यार इतना अच्छा अगर तुम सिटकॉम्स बना रहे हो, शोज बना रहे हो, तो उसे टेलीविजन पे क्यों नहीं डाल रहे हो? ओटीटी तो तब तक था भी नहीं शायद, मुझे लगता है। आपने सोशल मीडिया का यूज करना शुरू किया, ये कैसे, मतलब वो फर्स्ट मूवर्स एडवांटेज कैसे ले लिया आपने?
Actually, I think universe has a plan for you. Sometimes you don't know what the plan is, and which is why I believe that you should always follow your heart. At that time, the instinct said that we want to break away from television, regular television, and do something that we really want to do, passionately create content, and then see where it goes. And because the initial few videos started getting viral is when we started understanding that there is something good that we are doing which is resonating with people. So we should just carry on the path. And then we started getting funding offers. And we realized that, okay, this is also something we can convert into a business model. It's not just a passion. And we kept on going. ये तो बहुत बाद में realize किया कि we pioneered in the sitcom format on social media. Oh my God. वो चीज़ ऐसे होता है ना, जब फिल्म मेकर सोचता है कि मैं अब हिट फिल्म बनाऊंगा, वो कभी हिट फिल्म नहीं बना पाता है because वो पैशन को कहीं भूल जाता है. So we never thought about money. It was never a driving factor. We never thought about what people are going to think. In fact, you just said that ऐसा लोगों ने बोला होगा कि टेलीविजन पे करो. हमें ऐसा लोगों ने बोला कि आपके पास काम नहीं है, शायद लोगों ने काम देना बंद कर दिया आपको, इसलिए आप ये सब कर रहे हो. That's what people spoke about us. And the same people came back to us after a year and said, how did you do this? Can you tell us how?
थोड़ा सा काम दे दो.
हाँ, मतलब हमें भी बता दो, हम भी कर लें. YouTube तो easy है.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always the path. You just follow the path, you just follow your journey and everything falls into place.
मतलब कहाँ से क्या बन सकता है? Actually, you were right. मुंबई में हम छोटे छोटे ऑफिसेस, छोटे छोटे घरों में इतने बड़े बड़े शोज शूट कर लेते हैं. वी आर सिटिंग इन योर ऑफिस, जहाँ के हर कॉर्नर में मैं देख सकती हूँ कि कोई ना कोई वीडियो या कोई ना कोई पार्ट ऑफ सम शो ऑफ योर्स, सम कंटेंट हैज बीन क्रिएटेड एंड इट मेक्स मी फील सो स्पेशल एक्चुअली राइट नाउ दैट आई एम अ पार्ट ऑफ इट. बट छवि, हम ना सोशल मीडिया की बात कर रहे हैं. सोशल मीडिया एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पर हर इंसान आज की तारीख में द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ देयर लाइफ डालना चाहता है, और आपने सोचा था द वर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ आप उसे सोशल मीडिया पर डालें. करीब 2 साल पहले जब कैंसर के बारे में आपको पता चला, यू केम आउट ऑन सोशल मीडिया और आपने अपना पूरा स्ट्रगल, पूरी जर्नी को सोशल मीडिया पे डाला. आपको वल्नरेबल नहीं फील हुआ ये करते हुए?
नहीं, एक्चुअली जस्ट लाइक आई एम सेइंग, यू ऑलवेज फॉलो योर पैशन. You just do what's right and everything else falls into place. So it just felt very dishonest that if I can share the best moments of my life with my audience, why would I not share the worst moment? It just felt dishonest, सच छुपाना भी एक तरह का झूठ होता है, and मैं वो नहीं कर सकती हूँ because I will be lying to myself at the end of the day. I don't know how long the cancer journey was going to take. I don't know how difficult it was going to get. So how long was I supposed to live that lie? Hence I thought जो है वो है. और social media platform जो create किया है वो जिसने हमें इतना प्यार दिया, we got so much appreciation for what we did and we got so much money for what we did. I thought that it's time for me to give back because I've created these platforms. If I cannot give back to society the way they've given me when I wanted them, when I needed them, then it's very unfair. It's a one-sided relationship. I have heard stories where people just go down in the dumps, they feel so sad, and sometimes they just get too late in the day to recognize their disease. So for me, if I have a platform, why not use it for the betterment of people also? And it just made me feel like I'm making everybody a part of my journey. So I'm not alone in this. Everybody's rooting for me, everybody's supporting me, and that just gave me more strength also.
आपने अपनी पूरी कैंसर की जर्नी और स्ट्रगल को सोशल मीडिया पर डाला सो दैट लोग आपके साथ जुड़े मुझ जैसे लोग जुड़े जो कि हर रोज वी वर रूटिंग फॉर यू कि छवि इज गोइंग टू कम आउट ऑफ दिस विक्टोरियस. लेकिन वहीं पर द डाउन साइड ऑफ सोशल मीडिया इज दैट देयर आर पीपल स्टैंडिंग देयर टू जस्ट मेक योर लाइफ मिजरेबल. उनको आपको ट्रोल करना ही है. एंड मेरे रोंगटे आज भी खड़े हो जाते हैं उस पूरे पोस्ट के बारे में सोच करके जहां पे आपने ये लिखा था कि लोग आपको आपके पेन को लेकर के भी ट्रोल कर रहे थे कि तुम्हारा पेन काफी नहीं है, इट्स नॉट इनफ. ये क्या था?
I think you take it with a little bit of pinch of salt because see, when you put yourself out there on social media, आज की डेट में हर किसी के पास, like you were just saying कि हर कोई influencer है, हर कोई influence कौन हो रहा है पता नहीं, but opinion सबके पास है. Everybody has their opinion and they want to share it with people. Some people share it with a face, some people are faceless. Okay, when people are faceless and they want to say mean things about you, we call them trolls. But the point is that if you, as an individual, are putting yourself out there on social media, you are actually giving people the right to talk about you because they have a voice.
कि ये कैंसर भी है कि
but आप ये देखो ना कि जो सवाल आपसे उठा रहा है उसके सवाल से आप उसकी पर्सनालिटी के बारे में कितना कुछ सोच सकते हो, कितना कुछ समझ सकते हो. That person who's actually doubting that you had real cancer or people said that I faked it.
Yeah, I remember.
If you didn't do chemo, you didn't go through cancer.
That's
they
right.
don't know what
you still have hair.
You still have hair. How
cancer? I remember.
So what are the struggles that person himself must be going through, that he needs to troll a cancer survivor? Imagine the misery that person is going through. So I always read those comments, I smile, I send a prayer to that person, and sometimes I share it on social media with a reply because I don't want somebody else to hear comments like that, because I know I'm strong enough to face them and I know that I'm prepared for all kind of comments, love comments and hate comments, and 96-97% of comments are love comments. Yeah. I'm very thankful to that for that. But so that nobody else is made to feel the way that troll is intending for me to feel, which I don't actually feel. That is why I share it with my audience and I share an apt reply to these people, so that they don't feel alone if ever this happens to them.
अच्छा, टेल मी, ये पूरे के पूरे आपके इस जर्नी में आपको स्ट्रेंथ किस चीज ने दी? वाज इट वर्क? बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक आपने कभी काम करना छोड़ा इन सब के बीच में भी. So did work give you that strength कि लगे रहना है, कुछ है आज करने के लिए?
No, I wouldn't say it was work, but it was just that thing that when you have something like cancer, you don't really have a choice but to be strong. I mean, you have to survive it, right? You can't just give up and say, oh, चलो देखते हैं क्या होता है, अभी तो हिम्मत नहीं है, शायद मर जाएं. ऐसा तो आप नहीं सोचोगे ना. You will do everything in your might to survive it.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
may do it happily, you may do it crying. I chose to do it happily. That's the only difference. And it always helps to take your mind off it all the time when you're working, when you have kids, when you're doing other things. And I think that's what kept me going. And of course, a lot of comments that I got from fellow survivors and people who were still struggling with it, and a lot of love that I got from people. I got thousands of messages every day, and I tried to reply to all of them also. But even if I didn't reply to those messages, I made sure that I read them and I accepted their blessings. So I took a lot of blessings inside me to give me that strength.
So you're right. जब तक आप दूसरे कैंसर सर्वाइवर्स से उनकी सक्सेस स्टोरीज नहीं सुनेंगे तब तक आपके अंदर वो पॉजिटिविटी कैसे आएगी और आप वहां तक पहुंचेंगे कैसे? और आप एक जरिया बनिए उस चीज का फॉर सो मेनी पीपल टू नो दैट यू कैन रीच आउट टू पीपल फॉर हेल्प एंड फॉर पॉजिटिविटी. सो दैट्स गुड ऑन यू. But you have two little amazing kids. I have a daughter, 3-year-old, and एक छोटी सी चोट यहाँ पे, मतलब having a pimple also bothers her. She was asking me yesterday, मम्मा ये क्या हो गया है?
Okay.
Imagine. So मेरे चेहरे पर एक चीज भी आ जाए, just मम्मा are you okay? How did your children take this?
So I think the little one was too small. He had not even completed 2 years. I think he was around 2 months short of 2 years. वो तो बहुत छोटा था. And the elder one knew that there's something wrong and there were tears.
Yeah.
And I had to just explain to her that don't look at it as anything else. So I had lost my nanny to cancer, but she had esophageal cancer, and we discovered in the very, very last stages of her cancer, and she was very old. She couldn't survive it. So the only encounter that my daughter has had of cancer is that she's heard about my nanny passing to cancer. So she thought that I'm dying. So I just had to explain to her that it's nothing like that. My cancer is different. Every cancer is different. I'm strong, and consider it to be like a C-section delivery. Like they cut out my stomach and took out a baby. In this case, they'll cut out the breast and they'll take out the tumor, and I'll be fine. And then I'll have a recovery time and it'll all be fine.
Wow.
Once I explained her that, she was fine and she was like really supportive of me.
क्या बात है. बट आपका खुद का जिंदगी को देखने का नजरिया बदला है क्या?
Yeah, so that there I think has been the most important, how should I put it, transformation that I've gone through. Before the cancer, I was a workaholic. I still am a workaholic. But before the cancer, I never had any me time. There was always work, kids, work, kids, work, kids. After the cancer is when I started discovering that the importance of me time, to have time to yourself, to understand yourself better.
क्या है छवि के लिए me time?
So I'll tell you a small example. As a mother, when you have to decide what to cook for breakfast, you will always see what do the kids want to eat. Because you don't want to make a different thing for everybody, so you'll just make a consolidated thing which the kid likes, which everybody is going to eat. So you end up forgetting what you like. You end up forgetting, like before a mother, you have no responsibilities. You can eat whatever you want. Now you have to think about the child's health. You have to build a habit for them. You don't want them to make the mistakes you made as a child eating junk. And you want them to eat also nicely. So it has to be tasty. It has to be healthy. So much you put into it. And in the process, you forget what you want to eat.
I agree.
So for me, it was like a journey of rediscovering myself just to understand what kind of eggs I like. I realized that if I frequently give time off to myself and I don't try to finish the whole week's work today, then I'm a happy person. Because होता क्या था, race against time. Monday को सारा काम finish कर दूंगी. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होता था कि Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday कोई काम नहीं है. There will be more work. So I realized that and I thought that okay, it's 6 o'clock. I need to put a stop. Now we'll continue tomorrow. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing wrong is going to happen if I do that. I need a break. I need to go home, watch some TV, sleep, spend time with my kids and do that. And as a mother, I think especially as Indian mothers, I feel that we feel so much guilt that, if you're at work, we feel so guilty that, oh my God, I haven't spent time with my kids. Oh, my daughter has called me 5 times and I haven't been able to call her back. Oh, she wanted some math solution thing. I wasn't able to help her. There's so much guilt that you are, cowering down yourself with. So that is something that I processed and I understood that I cannot think like that. I'm human and I have to first prioritize that I am human and then only I will prioritize anybody else. And in a lot of societies, it might be selfish, but yeah, you have to be a little selfish for your own happiness so that you can spread happiness around.
It's self-love.
Exactly.
And not selfish.
There is a saying called love thy neighbor as thyself. People only say love thy neighbor. They forget as thyself, which is so important.
और अगर हम खुद की तरह neighbor को प्यार करने लगे तो करेंगे ही नहीं. बट जो आपने कहा ना अभी, जो नजरिया बदला आपका जिंदगी की तरफ, मैं कहूंगी कि दूसरों के एक्सपीरियंसेस से हमें सीखना चाहिए. I hope, I pray and I wish that not everybody has to go through what you went through to understand जिंदगी में क्या actually important है. और हम वो हर एक दिन में अपने आप के लिए कुछ समय निकालना, प्रायोरिटाइज करना, थोड़ा सा सेक्शन करना, थोड़ा डेलीगेट करना सीखें. As women, as working women, as parents, as mothers. हमने अभी कुछ महीनों पहले देखा था that you again went through some health issues and somehow, हो सकता है मैंने नहीं देखा इसके पहले आपको कभी रोते हुए on Instagram और social media, but I saw you break down. So क्या था ऐसा जिसने छवि को, जो अभी तक इतनी strong थी, तोड़ दिया?
So the thing is that you always grow up thinking cancer is the worst thing and you feel that you've conquered cancer, now you can conquer anything. But what people don't really tell you is the after effects of the cancer treatment, because after effects can last a very long time. Sometimes they are lifelong. So it was like a spiraling effect that treatment की वजह से, कुछ medicines की वजह से bone density loss हुआ, उसके treatment की वजह से कुछ और spiral हो गया, उसके लिए steroids खाए तो और bone density loss हो गया. So it was like a vicious circle that I was just stuck in.
अच्छा.
And I was getting I am getting constant foot fractures. I think I've had the 5th fracture in the last 3 months in my
God.
feet. And I lost count कि right में कितनी बार हुआ था, left में कितनी बार हुआ था, right का कौन सी bone में हुआ. I've actually lost count of that. Was it
in 3 months?
In 3 months, I have had like 5 injuries to my feet, and 4 of them have been hairline fractures. One of them was a proper fracture. So it did get frustrating after a point, because here I am trying to. The only thing which I'm really passionate about is my fitness. I wasn't able to run. I wasn't able to skip. There's a lot that I couldn't do because of my foot. Walking was painful. I was still continuing gymming under pain. And I thought that, my stamina was dropping because there was zero cardio in my life. Zero cardio means you're also putting on weight. And, basically everything just goes topsy-turvy. Nothing, you can't do anything 100%. So it was a little frustrating. But I thought that this is a moment I need to accept. I want to cry, I'll cry. And then I let it pass, because crying is not going to help. So I cried, I sulked, and I felt sorry for myself. And then I let it pass, and I thought, okay, at least I'm blessed that I can go to the gym. I can do upper body. I'm not bedridden. I can walk with a little bit of pain. I can walk, and I don't need a cast. It's a hairline fracture, so I don't really need a cast. I believe metatarsal fractures are okay. You can do without a cast, as long as you can ensure that you're safe to not hurt them further. So
I saw your journey from 22 months after this thing, and 22 days after your surgery. And I was so happy to see that progress. It feels so personal because, we've been following you, and it feels like a personal win. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
जो हुआ भी अभी, जो आप बोल रहे हैं कि वो spiral होती है health. I hope that it gets fine really soon.
Yes, it will.
But tell me कि इन सब के बीच में emotional pain, physical pain से ज़्यादा बड़ा हो जाता है क्या?
I think you cannot differentiate between the two. I think your body achieves what your mind believes. So your mind is all powerful. You have to just control your mind, and everything else falls into place. So in the difficult times is when the maximum struggle is what you're going through. If you can control your mind, there's nothing called physical pain. It's all in the head, I believe. Like a lot of people, when the doctor asks me, how much is it paining? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is it paining? I say, doctor, about 4. But isn't that like subjective?
It is. I have a high pain tolerance.
Same here. Yeah. So how can I tell you how much it's paining? If you hit me, you're telling me, did I hit you hard? I don't know. I mean, I can't answer that question.
I have gotten into some really life-threatening diseases and problems because I felt कि मुझे दर्द इतना सही तो हो रहा है.
Exactly. And I've had multiple slip discs in my life. I think I've had 7-8 slip discs. I've gone to the hospital, and three surgeons, different surgeons, told me that how are you even standing? You should be lying down. Let's get you into the OT right now. And I feel, what is he saying? It's not like that bad. It's paining, but it's not like that bad that I need surgery right now. And I've cured myself through those without a surgery. So I think it's all in the mind. If you can control your mind and, just instruct your body to do what you want it to do, you can totally achieve it.
Wow. I have seen you lately singing on Instagram, and it's so nice. Breath of fresh air. So tell me, किस तरह का music सुनना पसंद करते हैं? We at Radio Nasha play a lot of retro, Bollywood, classic, cool songs.
So ironically, I like to listen to a lot of club music and a lot of hardcore music, which is like very inspirational and with cuss words and all those. I really like it because it kind of makes me feel really powerful.
Release.
Yeah, it's like gives me an adrenaline rush when I listen to those songs. There's a song Ye Raat Bhigi Bhigi, which I really like, from Chori Chori. And often when it really gives me goosebumps. And Pukarta Chala Hu Main, I really like those songs.
So 2 lines of any song.
ये रात भीगी भीगी, ये मस्त फिजाएं, उठा धीरे धीरे वो चांद प्यारा प्यारा, क्यों आग सी लगा के गुमसुम है चांदनी, सोने भी नहीं देता मौसम का ये इशारा.
My God, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
All those मुर्गियाँ, how do you get into it? Wow.
Thank you so much.
अच्छा, मुझे बस ये बताइए कि आप unwind कैसे करती हैं अपने आप को? Just for people to know कि क्या करना चाहिए to just relax.
If I tell you, I'll have to kill you. Okay, no, that was a joke. I like to watch TV, and I like to watch mindless TV. TV which I don't have to put my brains into watching, like just mindless TV. So I'll watch sometimes I'll watch films which I've already watched 50 times, like Andaz Apna.
Best.
Always puts me in a good mood. Or Hera Pheri, or Welcome. Films like that, which are mindless comedies. I love them. And Friends is my all-time favorite. You don't have to put your mind into it. Whatever you are watching, you can laugh at it.
वाह. अच्छा, मुझे एक बात बताइए, आप एक एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी हैं और हम इतने मतलब वी आर सो हैप्पी, सो प्राउड, प्रिविलेज्ड कि आप हमारे शो पर आई हैं एज एन एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी. योर सक्सेस थ्रू एवरीथिंग दैट यू बीन थ्रू इज सो इंस्पायरिंग. आपके हिसाब से एक नारी को एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी क्या चीज़ बनाती है?
I think every woman has their own superpower. You just need to discover it. And how do you discover your superpower is when you try different things. Try different things. Don't restrict yourself. And once you try everything, you'll understand what thing interests you the most. And that is when you will unleash your power and become extraordinary.
आपकी वैसे सुपर पावर ये भी है कि आपको पेन महसूस नहीं होता
है ना?
So yeah, if we were in that
maybe I'm Wolverine.
multiverse, yeah. So you never know.
I'd love to be Lady Wolverine.
Thank you so much, Chhavi, for such a beautiful chat. बड़ा मजा आया आपसे बात करके. And thank you so much for inspiring us. And all the best for your journey professionally, personally, mentally, emotionally, financially.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Same here. Stay tuned to 91.9 FM Radio Nasha. फिर वही दीवानगी.
Radio Nasha.